A very good friend of mine sailed the first snipe in Cuba back in 1931. You know, the plans came out in the Rudder magazine, and it was a worldwide explosion for the snipe. It's the first time a small dinghy plans came out this is the smallest boat ever thought about at that time, 1930. So then people all over the world start building snipes right out of the magazine. All the members at the club knew that I wanted a snipe, and they kept hammering my father about getting a snipe for me. You know, so my father finally bought a snipe for me when I was 15. Back in the 40s, early 40s, and a little before the 40s, there was a very good carpenter in our club, and he built several snipes. Among them, the one I own, which was 3686. Commodore Rasco was sort of a person that he was the Commodore of our club in Havana, in Miramar Yacht Club, I'm sorry, and that he was practically a permanent Commodore, not because of any special thing, it's just because he was the only one who was willing to do it, you know. So, you know, we had elections and nobody showed up, and so we had to re-elect him all the time. And he was not very wealthy, but wealthy enough to donate a snipe in some of the years, like I think 1952, 53, 54, 55. He donated a snipe to the club, to the Miramar Yacht Club, and then that boat was sailed. The members of the club sailed to win that boat. You know, among them is some of them that are still around, like Paquito Calvet. He won a boat, you know, and several people won a boat. I didn't win it. First, I was not allowed to compete for it because I already own a boat, you know, a snipe. So they will not allow me to compete for it, of course, you know. But that made our fleet grow tremendously, you know. Suddenly, you know, at the end of 6 or 7 years, we had, instead of 10 boats, we had 17, 20 boats. My brother and I sailed for a few years together, maybe 1957, 58, 59. We won the Nationals in Cuba, the Cuban Nationals, twice. And then we went to the Worlds in 1959, and we got second. My brother and I got second. The ones that I remember the most is crewing for Augie in the World Championship in '75. We took second after Gancedo, Felix Gancedo. And also I sailed with Augie a couple of we won the Western Hemispheres in 1972 in Cartagena, Colombia, and I crewed for him. So I crewed for him. So I crewed also in 1999. Crewed for him in the Worlds, even in Spain. That was a fantastic time we had there, you know. And funny thing is that as we came around the weather mark in some of the races, a lot of people were applauding us, and Augie thought it was because of him. People said, "No, we're not applauding you. We're applauding your dad." You know. I think Augie and I started the special juniors with my grandkids, Lucas and Adrian, back in the 90s. Yeah, I think in 1990 we started that, or maybe earlier. No, 1990 in Annapolis. It was that the special juniors had started, you know, and I had a hard time. I wanted the special juniors to sail with the juniors, since we were having a very small fleet of juniors at that time. For some reason, we just lost a lot of juniors' interest, and so that I thought that would help give it make it a little better fleet of juniors, and it did. But at the beginning, I had a lot of resistance from the regatta organizer, the national organizers, that they didn't want to sail the special juniors with the regular juniors. They thought that that was not right, you know. But I thought it was good because some of the special juniors with an adult as a crew would be a good competition for the juniors, who after all they have to go to the Worlds and represent us in the Worlds. And if they get a poor competition in a home, how are they going to do good in, you know, when they go abroad to represent us, you know? So finally, I think I finally won the battle after several years that the class recognized that our special juniors should sail together and get the same, but then at the end they get the same scoring from race to race, but then at the end you can select the junior national champion out of the best junior national crew that gets the best scoring. You know, it doesn't matter. He's a junior national champion.